Judy Maggio here. We have been updating everyone on the impact, the widespread impact of COVID-19 in our community. And joining me now is Emily Coleman. She is the superintendent of the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
Emily, this is an interesting population because there are different challenges when it comes to social distancing and the way life goes on at the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. First of all, are you guys on spring break right now?
We are on spring break, but we've also extended it, like most districts, through at least April 3rd.
So I know that there are probably already protocol in place because your students come in and out of the school. They're from all over the state, right?
That's correct. We have students that come in via charter bus or plane every weekend when we're in session from all over the state. So we have a unique population that we have to look at what's happening in our community, but also what's happening in our students' communities and thinking about travel as well.
So how has COVID in general impacted how you are going to be doing business when the kids come back to class, hopefully later this spring?
I guess we're all sort of sorting this out. Our kids practice the normal hygiene and our staff, like everybody else, the hand washing, the Purell. They have cane grips that they have to keep clean because they always have those are with them at all times. But also we have a lot of students that require direct instruction, which is hands-on learning. That especially our deafblind population that may use tactile sign language. And so the social distancing for them isn't a possibility. So we'll have to really emphasize some of the other strategies to mitigate the spread of illness.
So I guess that would mean making sure staff who will be doing that signing and working with the students who are both visually impaired and have hearing issues would be cleaning their hands extra vigilantly and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we would have to work through all of that, but that's exactly the case. Really being mindful of if you're sick or potentially exposed or someone in your household, absolutely do not come in. So a lot of things like that to make sure that our kids would still be able to receive instruction when they came back.
What about the resources you provide? I mean, when students are away from the school, they don't have they don't have access to those resources, because I know that you guys do so much to encourage the students to live independently and give them those skills. So how are they going to resource some of those skills when they're not at the school?
Yeah, that's the challenge I think all of our districts are facing right now is how do we provide some instructional support and also social support to our students when they're in isolation. There are over 11,000 students in Texas identified with some level of visual impairment. We're a resource to all of them. We have our campus kids that will be providing some really specific instruction, whether it's low tech or high tech. We're talking to families, sending things home, providing online resources. But we're also available to all the other kids in Texas that don't attend school here and have a lot of teachers ramping up to provide some social distance not social distance, but distance learning opportunities for them as well, and resources for teacher. We're going to be putting together a lot of online trainings for professional development for teachers during this time, specific to our population. But the most important thing is we want to make sure that families can stay connected, their students, their children can stay connected, and that they have some social opportunities as well to reach out to their classmates and their teachers. Our kids have varying level of disabilities, and many of them have multiple disabilities. And so they really need routine. And we're hoping as a school that we can provide that level of support for our families during this unique time.
So very much like so many people are doing, a lot of things are going online. It sounds like you already have a system in place to reach out to families who don't have students on campus. Is that right?
That's right. We have multiple programs here that work with students across Texas all the time and teachers. And so, even though our staff are on spring break right now, I've been so proud of how many people are actually working and coming up with plans so that, come Monday, when we're providing something for our kids, it's going to be, we don't really know how it's going to go, and we're sort of going to work through it. But, in the meantime, we're just available. So if our kids need to reach out, or any other teachers, we're finding some level of support for everybody.
Well, we have the privilege of seeing your team and your students in action on White Cane Day. I know there's a lot of love and dedication there, and I know that will continue even if you aren't doing that teaching in person. So thank you so much, Emily Coleman, the superintendent of the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, for updating us on the situation there for the students and the faculty. And stay safe out there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.